Hey, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Of course, this is a public reading for a huge collective, so just discard the reading if it's not yours. Usually you'll know by the title. I'd also like you to disregard gender. Pull things like kings, queens, emperors, and empresses, and the sex or gender doesn't really matter, but those cards indicate a specific personality type, which I'll describe. You'll know who we're talking about. We're just kind of looking at a situation that you're dealing with and grabbing some advice at the end. All my information is in the description of the video. If you're a reader and you'd like to get exposed to some more viewers and you'd like to go live with me, you can hit me up in my email. Just let me know and we can schedule that. I also have a membership, so if you're interested in learning the tarot, some mental health information, live video chats, members only readings, some of the extended readings here, etc. You can hit the join button below. It'll show you all the perks there, or you can go to the membership tab of the channel. So we have seeds of change. I am growing into the best version of myself. Sprouting within me is a seed of possibility. I am gentle with myself in progress. I nurture my personal development with patient attention. And that is awesome because the overall energy is the Empress. We have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon, and fake smiles. So we have Judgment, the Page of Cups, Temperance, Sagittarius energy, the Tower, the Hermit, Virgo energy, the Ten of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Swords. So So I feel like part of nurturing yourself here kind of requires kind of choosing who stays and who goes in life. Like, you know, this is always like a crossroads, and I think this is really making choices when it comes down to people and how they affect you. So I feel like you feel like you have a good judge of character, so you know when someone is like genuine or kind or like, you know, like when people have the purest of intentions, you know that, you know. And I feel like you are cool with those people, you know what I mean? But I also think that there are people that kind of like chaos and they sort of like throw rocks and hide hands. You know, they kind of wear a mask, they're fake, they're trying to like disguise their pain, you know, but they hurt people, you know. I feel like this is friendships and stuff too. This would be someone who's like, you know, kind of looking at somebody like, well, if you're not really loyal to your partner, would you really be loyal to me as a friend? You know, could I actually like depend on you to not fold on me if they can't, you know? And really making a conscious decision to not have that person in your life, because clearly that's a red flag, right? Just simple things like this, but they really do add up over time, you know? It's like the wise old saying of tell me who you walk with and I'll tell you who you are, you know? If you don't want drama in your life, you're not going to have people that are full of drama in your life too. So I think it's kind of something like that. But it's like deeply personal choices on who to fuck with. But it's through pain and experience, you know, like maybe you've been so loyal to people who just turn around and stabbed you in the back for no reason. You didn't do anything to a person, you know? So I think along the way you've kind of learned, like, the qualities of people who you really can rely on and depend on, and you don't fuck with other people. You're just choosy. I like it though. So what do they need to know about here? What's this about specifically? Ooh. Okay, so specifically a King of Swords. The Hierophant, Taurus energy, the Seven of Pentacles. At the bottom of the deck, the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think you already understood like specific people that I was talking about here, but there's one person in specific. You know, I'm kind of getting somebody here where you like slowly over time built trust with a person, and then they sort of like exposed who they really were, and that was like the major lesson of whoever this person is specifically. And I feel like it, for a lot of you, this is more about like friend-based things, you know, like those things. I feel like it's a lot easier to understand when like a person that you're hanging out with every day and that like, you know, you're dealing with on a romantic level, if they're being real with you or not, you know. But then like your friends, they kind of are like off and doing their own thing. You don't know what they're doing, you know. But a lot of betrayal here. That's what I see. People where you've invested a lot of like time and energy and really like committed yourself to being there for them, and you know, over time not really getting back what you were putting in. So here I feel like really drawing a line in the sand saying, you know, this is the boundary. If somebody crosses this threshold, I'll just never speak to them again. But also, you know, keeping it real enough to say, well, this is how, like, these are things that I should have seen based off of this type of behavior or this type of thinking or the way this person talked. And basing that in real life, meeting people now, you know, listening to what someone is saying to you about other people or how they really think about themselves, like, up front. So I think that, you know, somebody very specific taught you the major lesson of who you can or can't trust. But there's been other little people along the way. But I think literally here is just saying, like, someone is kind of like returning and they're defensive and I think they want to state their case. And this is someone that you have like known for a long time or feel like you've really like built some kind of bond with. But it looks like, you know, a person that has a lot of chaos in their life that might have just did some less than savory shit to you. So what's the advice here? Four of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the High Priestess, Cancer Pisces energy, bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups. You know, I think, you know, first of all, we're going to look at this. This is always like a card of intuition. You know, knowing more than you say because you're actually listening. It's also, you know, like that inner knowledge, knowing who people kind of are when you meet them. I think you have to be aware of someone that might be confusing because you may think that they've always sort of been like an honest person or something, but they really did do something to betray you here. I don't know that you should give that any energy. In fact, I think it's kind of saying like anybody who has disappointed you, like, I would just leave them alone. Like, if you really, like, if you want peace, if you want, like, the emotional fulfillment that you're looking for in situations, then you already know who's going to give it to you. And I think it's just saying, like, you're not wrong to do this. There could be somebody who maybe even tries to, like, play off your guilt because you feel like this, you know, like, oh, you don't want to talk to me anymore because this happened. Like, I said I'm sorry, you know, and it's... I just feel like it's harder for people to get through to you. You know what real support looks like here. So if someone's coming back around, not be, you know, coming back to the same you. That's what I think with all of this, and that's okay. Sometimes we just outgrow people. But I think that this person was a hard lesson to learn. So when you hear from them, I think it's a challenge. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to somebody, and I'll see you guys soon.